Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Vintagerous Showcase. Today I get to show you some really fun jewelry that I've been collecting for quite a while now. Some of really special pieces that I hope you'll be excited to see because they're brand new that you haven't seen before. That's what this series is all about, sharing some of my sort of more unique finds with you, giving you a little bit of history, a little bit of, information about what I found out about them. And it's also a way to get you to help me with research too. And you'll learn a little more about that as we go along tonight. So thank you so much for coming. Everything I'm going to show today is up for sale. It'll be available at my Etsy store. And because you're a YouTube watcher and a subscriber of my channel, you can use the coupon code YouTube15 at checkout, and you'll get 15% off your purchase. And the other cool thing is I do kind of free shipping. So the price you see is the price you pay, nothing extra to ship to you either in Canada or to the US. So you want to see some cool jewelry? I'm dying to show you. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Well, the very first thing I want to show you is something kind of small, but it's these cufflinks. Aren't they cool? What do you think? I think very, very Art Deco with the mother of pearl, right? And these are really kind of different in that they come apart like this. And they actually, if there's printing on them, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this or not, but I'm going to try. And typed on there, it says, come apart, and with a K, K-U-M-A-R, apart, like that. And this is a brand of cufflinks by Bear and Wild. And Bear and Wild made these cufflinks to snap together. So they just go like this, and then it's like a snap. You see that? Nice firm snap. Isn't that cool? I just love them. Doesn't that make you think of the Titanic? I don't know. It makes me think of the Titanic. I just think they're really, really neat, from the 20s. What else can I tell you? Well, this was such a big hit, these cufflinks with the snap apart instead of that whole other kind of one you see often, that they stopped producing their other jewelry just to produce these cufflinks because they're just so cool, right? Just so neat. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. That's the first find. I just thought they were really, really neat. I'd never seen cufflinks like that before. Have you? And let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, next thing. Then I found this bolo tie. Now look at this. This is different. It's got some age to it. The cord is kind of a bit worn because it's definitely been used. And it's got nice brass sort of tips on the end there. I'm going to show you kind of closer here too. Really cool. What's really neat is it's signed on the back. Let me make sure I get it the right way. There we go. It's signed on the back. Oh, you can be able to see that. Oh, there we go. Ricardo is what it's signed with. Now, Ricardo is a manufacturer of spurs. And that's kind of what this company is mostly known for, is their spurs. And their spurs are super duper collectible. But because this is, same company, and because a lot of people collect Ricardo stuff, these are also very collectible as well. And I don't know if you can see the sort of hand engraving on there as well. Here it is in a close-up. You can really see the detail there. I didn't polish the brass, but you could, to get a little bit more definition on the horse. And I'll flip it over so you can see the signature that you look for. That's what it looks like. Cool, hey? I thought it was pretty neat. Pretty different. And then these ends. Look at the ends. Right? So it's got some age to it, definitely. When were they in business? Between the 30s and the 60s, 1930, 1960, something like that. Fun, right? Okay. What's next? What's next? Oh, how about some Chinese porcelain beads? What do you think? Chinese porcelain beads? So that's what I want to show you next. And these are really fun. They've been knotted, right? And they are blue and white. They have the longevity Shao symbol on them. I'll show you that. Really neat Shao symbol. Really cool set. How long are they? Let's measure them too. 11 inches, so 22 inches. So they're 22 inches. I love the clasp on them. Can you see the clasp? Really neat. It's got, you know, one of the little push buttons and then it pulls apart. It's not signed. It's not like, it doesn't say sterling, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is sterling because these definitely have some age. Really neat pair of some beads. They'd be a really fun present for somebody that you want to wish a long life to. And because lucky numbers are 3, 6, and 8 in Chinese culture, I decided to price them at $66, including shipping, right? To show that they're good luck. I hope they'll bring some good luck to whoever buys them. Next on my list, I think, is a handmade piece. So what do you think? So this one I found, and I think it's just really, really neat for a number of different reasons. So the first thing about it, I mean, the chain on it itself is very, very cool. It's hammered. You see, it's kind of a hammered effect on the chain. And it's shorter. Let's see here. Where's my ruler? So it is, the chain itself is about just a little over 16 inches. Just really neat piece. Now this stone, I believe, is called brachiated. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Agate. And it's a type of agate that's known to bring mental clarity, help you organize, sort of stay on track. So that's really cool too, right? I think that's a neat piece. Especially if you like the kind of bigger, chunkier, you know, kind of statement pieces. What's next? What's next? How about a signed rhinestone piece? I think that's good, right? So here's one signed rhinestone piece. I'm going to show you a few tonight, but look at this one, or today, whenever you watch this. Really cool. Isn't the sparkle on this really neat? So this is signed Wheeze. You can see the signature panel there. That says Weiss. And I would call this a snowflake brooch because they were sort of known for their clear glass crystal snowflake brooches. Isn't that fun? Now, I love wearing these like a cluster of them, you know, a bunch of different clear ones together. It looks really, really cool, especially if, you know, you have a hat or a headband that you want to put them on. Really, really neat piece, but really good quality. So Weiss, what do we know about Weiss? Well, the firm was started by Albert Weiss, and he worked for Coro and then set up his home firm. And the firm was in operation between 1942 and 1971. So there's another neat piece. Are you drooling yet? Let me know in the chat what you think of all this. Okay, here's another piece. This is a really fun little find in a bunch of other stuff like mixed in together, but it's a watch, and it's what's called a self-winding watch. And this was quite an innovation when this was manufactured. Now, this is a very good brand. This watch is a Waltham. And Waltham Watch Company is also known as the American Watch Company. Waltham, Massachusetts. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Help me out, American friends. They made lots and lots of different kinds of watches, but the self-wind ones were really super popular. And they were in business between 1850, and 1957. So we know that this is earlier than 1957. And the way that the self-winding works is there's like a mechanism within the watch. Let me get it so you can see it here too. There's a mechanism within the watch that is a rotor that attaches sort of to the movement. And when you move your wrist, like with movement, it causes that rotor to spin and winds. And actually, I was noticing, I don't know if it's doing it right now, but the second hand was moving because I was playing with it. It wound enough just even to cause the second hand to move. So a really cool collector's piece. People do collect this brand of watch because it's, such high quality. And of course, because it's vintage, right? So that's another thing that I found that I was excited about. Haven't found a lot of watches, don't know a lot about them. So that's another, area that I'd love to kind of learn more on and expand on. Okay, how about something a little bit different? But really, oh wow. When I found these, I was so excited. Okay, look at these. Do you know what these are? So these are sterling silver earrings, but those are real butterfly wings in there. And they're marked 950 silver, but I didn't just find the earrings, the pierced earrings. Look at the pendant. Look at the pendant. And what's super cool about this is that on this side you see the blue, and it's a super turquoisey blue. On the back, it's kind of a beige color. So it's sort of reversible, and the earrings are the same. See the back of the earrings there? Let's go for more spinning there. Isn't that neat? Oh my gosh. I even like the chain on it. And it was marked with 950 silver, which means that it's even a higher quality of silver than standard 925. Just want to get it to focus so you can sort of see that it has that iridescence, right? That you can, it sort of looks green and then blue. Oh, just love, 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 love. And look at how great it would look against black, right? So this is, I think, one of my favorite finds in a long time. So really good. Now 950 silver, it could be from Mexico. It could be a Mexican piece. Or it could be from another country as well, because often other countries, did the stamp of 950, use 950 silver. So, but I just thought that's a really neat piece for somebody who's a butterfly collector, likes butterflies. Just a neat gift, right, for Christmas. So I'm excited to get that up on Etsy. How about some more rhinestones? Now, I don't know if you know this about me, but one of the things I love, and I know Katie does too, is Katie in our community, and she really, I know, collects. She loves brooches, and we're a sister as in that we like Austrian crystals, and that's what this is. So this is an Austrian crystal brooch, and it's a leaf shape. Isn't this great? I love it with even the crystal necklace that I'm wearing here too. Oh, just love Austrian crystals. And you can almost spot them a mile away. At least I can, because they have a sparkle to them. They have a cut to them. You can tell by weight and quality that these are really, really, this is a really nice piece. Now it's marked Austria. Where is it? Right here. Let's see if you'll see it on the end here, but it's right on the end. Maybe we take a screenshot and then you can zoom in. So that's, it's marked on the end there. And this is called japanning, the black sort of setting, which is a kind of a different setting where they use sort of black paint and lacquer. But isn't that cool? So cool. I just, oh, love this. Great for fall, right? If you're a fall person like I am, I love fall. I'm excited for fall to come. Can't wait. It's a neat piece to add to your wardrobe. How about some Sherman, right? Sort of leaving some of the higher end stuff for last because I want to show you some amazing pieces that I've picked up just recently. Now, one of them is signed Sherman. The others, I think, are Sherman, but they're unsigned. And there's all this debate as to whether or not there is unsigned Sherman out on the market. And from my research, there it is. You can find unsigned Sherman. That there are people that worked in the factory that confirmed that some Sherman jewelry can be unsigned. So I'll show you the wow piece first. It was one of those start the car moments when I found this. At a community garage sale of all places. Isn't this spectacular? Look at this. Oh my gosh. Now, so if you love jewelry, if you like rhinestone jewelry and you're wondering whether a piece is Sherman or not, you will get to know. If you pick up a Sherman piece, you're going to know right away because Sherman has a certain weight to it. It's a bit heavier than other jewelry. Of course, it can be signed. And on this piece, it's signed on the clasp. Let me see if I can show you here. So it's signed on this part of the clasp. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, it's not going to focus, I don't think enough. Well, maybe there. So it says Sherman right there. And always a Sherman brooch will have this safety clasp. I've never seen one that didn't have the safety clasp because you didn't want to lose your Sherman, right? This was a very prestigious jewelry to get of the time. So Sherman is actually a Canadian company out of Quebec, out of sort of a suburb of Montreal. And it was founded in 1949. 1949, and he was known, or he's been quoted to say that he made this jewelry to make women feel special and to last a lifetime. And if you look at the quality of the pieces, you can tell, like if I show you the back of this one, let me open it up again just so I can show you the back of it. Because the quality of manufacturing on this is amazing. They really, hand set every stone. The back, you can see, there's no kind of crudeness to it at all. It's very, very, very well made. It's hard to lose a stone because they're so well set. So when I bought this beautiful, beautiful bracelet, I also, from the same person, bought this brooch. Okay. And these earrings. Now, what do you think? Are they a set? Let's do a close-up. Now you can see the different stones. So there's these eye-shaped stones, and those eye-shaped stones were known as navet, or known as navets. The round ones, and they have a kind of pointed back to them too, those are known as chatons. And often he used baguettes, but there's no baguettes in this one. Baguettes are the long, sort of narrow, like rectangular ones. Okay, so that's this piece. And then I want to show you the brooch that came with this, or that I bought at the same time. So here's the brooch that I bought at the same time. So, it has some of the same elements. It's not signed though. So is this Sherman or not? I'm going to have to disclose that in the listing. Now the navets are maybe a bit longer than what you see in this in the bracelet. Let's try to hold them up together. So the navets are longer on the brooch, right? So that's one thing that makes me question. It's hard to say. The back of the brooch, I mean, it looks good. The quality's there. But it's, you know, it's debatable. Put in the comments what you think, if you think that this is a Sherman piece as well. And then let's show you the earrings. Now they definitely match the brooch. But again, whether they match this bracelet is a question. And it's hard, right? This is what becomes challenging when you're trying to ID jewelry. So let's hold up an earring and the brooch together. So what do you think? I think those match really, really well. But I'm just not sure if, you know, if this is the same, you know, because see the navets? I don't know. But then I found this piece as well. And I'm actually, I think, sold one of these, like something like this at a live sale. And again, to me, this looks very similar as well. It's definitely, you know, really good construction again. I love the dangly bits on it. You know, really good quality. Definitely got the weight, the way it should have the weight. But again, now the size of the navets here might be a little bit closer to the brooch, or the bracelet, sorry. They're a bit closer, I think, right? So this could also be an unsigned Sherman brooch. So, and then this piece. Look at this. So this is a necklace. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put it on the neck, I think, here. Let's try this on the neck here. And then I found this piece. Now, this one had a tag on it saying Sherman, but it is not marked Sherman. But again, to me, the quality is there, definitely. It's got the same kind of stones as well. Here's the back of it. Such a cool piece. Just beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. And again, let's compare this one now. Put the bracelet next to it and get a sense. So what do you think? Do you think that this signed Sherman and this one that was called a Sherman when I bought it? So what do you think? The bracelet that's signed Sherman and this necklace that was labeled Sherman but isn't signed, what do you think? I will list them as unsigned Sherman, right? Because this is the big debate. But I just think it's beautiful no matter what. It's a very, very well-made piece. So that was fun. A lot of rhinestone discoveries. Okay, how about helping me doing some research now? I want to share with you a few pieces that I'm trying to research and see if you can help me. You know, I thought it'd be a little bit of interactivity for us both. So here's one piece that I'm trying to do some more research on and see if you find something similar on the net or, you know, help me discover what it's about. But you see, it's like a little carved bear, and then there's bears on, and I believe this is the faux ivory. I don't believe it's real ivory. It's definitely got some age. Look at the clasp on it. So this is, you know, the C clasp is an older clasp. It's what you would expect to see on an older piece. So that's something that I'm trying to learn more about. So if you want to do some research on this one and let me know what you come up with, that would be great. And here's another really odd piece that I found that I'm curious about. So I'll show it to you first, and then you can think about what you think this is. So and this opens up like that. Okay. Opens up like that. So I think it's either a dress or fur clip. I'm not sure what the idea was with the dangly glass balls, but these are, and they're kind of like, kind of a flowery kind of shape to them. So just different. And then really deep set rhinestones in the top. So again, if you find anything more about it, let me know in the comment section. I'd be really excited to learn more about it. And finally, something I want to share with you. If you came to my last live sale, I talked about my ex-husband and how he proposed to me, and told a really funny story about how it was funny now. It wasn't funny at the time for him, poor guy. But he he had gone to my parents to ask my hand in marriage, and then was going to propose. But when he went to his parents to get the ring, they had unfortunately sold the ring to pay for some other stuff. And so the poor guy had to race out to try to find a ring somewhere. And because it was Boxing Day, he couldn't find a ring until he went to Canadian Tire. Now, Canadian Tire is kind of, for those that are American that are watching, Canadian Tire is kind of like a, what would I call it? Like a Home Depot, but it has like more car related stuff as well as housewares and all that other stuff. Well, the funny thing was, is I was organizing my jewelry for this show, and I found this tin, this old tin that it's an old fossil tin. So the tin's kind of cool. And inside was a bunch of like odd stuff. Can you see the bunch of odd stuff? Including, I have a feeling with Playboy TV, I have a feeling that this was a key to an old car that my uncle had. I can't even remember the type. There's a $1 Canadian coin from, what year is it? 1986. There was some English coins, and one of them is kind of worth about, I noticed was worth like about $30 because it has an error on it. So that's kind of cool. Some £1 and some pennies as well too, because I went on a trip to England many years ago, and so that's in here too. Now these are cool. I don't know too. I lost a bunch of jewelry in the move, my recent sort of move for the flood, and I lost the brooch that goes with these earrings. So that's kind of fun that at least I have the earrings. And the same, I lost the brooch because I wear the brooches. I don't wear earrings. So for these micro mosaic earrings. So that's kind of fun that I found those. And then there was some Canadian quarters, really old silver Canadian quarters. So I guess I put them aside because I knew they were silver. Then there's some random, like the button from my university and then my high school, like pin. And then look, I thought this was really cool. So it is a porcelain button. You see that? Porcelain button. And on it, there's a little tag that says circa 1886. Isn't that neat? So I'll put that up on my Etsy shop as well. But last but not least, the Cabbage Patch ring. Isn't that awesome? The funny thing, I gave him back the real one, right? But I kept the Cabbage Patch ring. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do share in the comments your thoughts on this. And I do really appreciate any help you want to give me and any research. And that's also great to see in the comments. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do. I'll be sharing lots more of these Vintagerous showcases on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. And a live sale will be coming up again soon. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. Love you all. Mwah. Oh, and don't forget to check out my Etsy store. Link down below in the description. Okay, bye now.